Elder statesman Chief Edward Clark has narrated how the army last Saturday raided his country home in Ughelli, Delta State, in search of suspects over the recent killing of their personnel, but subsequently apologized for their action. Speaking during a press conference in Abuja residence on Tuesday, he said the military only contacted him after ransacking the house. He said that they had broken into the house before they were informed that he belonged to him, causing the military to call and apologize to him. Chief Clark said that he has accepted the apology and pledged his commitment to assist in unwavering the perpetrators of the killings in Okuama community. However, he regretted that the Ughelli raid was not the first time had been carried out against him. His Abuja residence have been also searched by security personnel in September 2018. He therefore warned that nothing untoward must happen to him or it will attract a lot of rage. Narrating the incident, he said, at about 6 p.m. on Saturday, 23rd March 2024, I got a telephone call from someone who identified himself as a commanding officer, Nigerian Army Division in Port Harcourt. He said that a tracker of the Nigerian Army had tracked one Mr. Vote, the community chairman of Okuama community, whom the army was looking for in respect of the killings of the 17 men of the Nigerian Army, to a house in Ughelli, and that the military men had broken into the house, ransacked it, before they were informed that the house belonged to me, that he was very, very sorry and apologized to me on the behalf of the army. In my usual way, and as a leader who is expected to condole as much as possible, I expected his apology wholeheartedly. I accepted his apology wholeheartedly, but told him that I do not own a house in Ughelli, that the house he's referring to could be my father's. I went on to sympathize with the Nigerian Army over the gruesome murder of the soldier, an action I had condemned severally the moment I heard of it in the news. I assured him that we will all work within our powers to avail the security agencies with any available information that will unravel the whole thing and bring the perpetrators to book. We ended the discussion on a cordial note. It was not long after that I was inundated with calls from my home, telling me how the army had invaded my country home by land and by air, that they came in about 5 trucks loaded with armed soldiers, numbering between 30 and 40. They used their legs to break open all the doors in the compound, including the security door to my sitting room, which was locked because I reside in Abuja. At the same time, flying the drone within the premises. Some of them went to the buildings behind the main house and also broke all the doors that was locked. They marched out my staff living in those buildings, including lecturers at the university, made them to sit on bare ground. They also broke into my late brother, Ambassador Akporodi Blessing Clark's house, a man who served this country internationally in various capacities, including as Nigeria's permanent representative to the United Nations and permanent secretary, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, as both of us share the same premises. They brought out his son almost naked, as the young man was taking a bath when they stormed the house. All their phones were seized. The people had to identify themselves and told them whose house it was before they asked for my telephone number, which they said they will pass to their oga before they all departed. One would have expected that At this junction, a call could have been put to the governor of Delta State to inform him of what happened. I immediately called back the commanding officer to tell him of the actions of his men, and he said he was aware, and that was why he called to apologize. Before continuing, let me play the devil's advocate by stating that the army may not know that the house they went to in Ikagobodo in my country home. He added, but I feel very uncomfortable to conclude this recent incident with such theory when I recall how men of the tactical squad of the Nigerian police attached to the office of the Inspector General of Police on the 4th September 2018 at about 12 noon stormed my house in Abuja in a bus loaded full armed. They came with a search warrant from a magistrate court in Abuja bearing Mrs. Helen Clark, but with the address of my house on it. That they had come to search the house, that they had information that arms from the Niger Delta were being stockpiled there. He said he was never given the report of the search up till now. He added, now a few days ago on Saturday 23rd March 2024, another search of state actors. This time the army invaded my country home by land and air, breaking into my house that was securely locked. This has gone beyond coincidence and is giving me a source of concern. By God's grace, I am one of the eldest men in this country today. On May 25th, I will be 97 years old. God keeping me alive is about 7 decades of my life. I have served this nation meritoriously in different capacities. I have served in some cabinets with presidents who later became heads of states and presidents, both as military and civilian. As God will have it, many of them have passed on. Those of us still alive have continued to work to improve the socio-economic well-being of our countrymen. I make this introduction to let the present-day state actors that most of them who are authorizing disrespectful and unlawful conduct against me today were probably young men or may not even have been born when I was interacting with officers who are their superiors by far. I deserve to be respected, left to live in peace, safety and tranquility. I have very high regard for the Nigerian Army, the former Federal Commissioner of Information stated. Recalling how its security details were withdrawn from him during the President Muhammad Buhari's administration, Clark declared, I want to end this right up to all concerned with what I told President Muhammad Buhari when my security details were withdrawn, that if I die today as a result of natural occurrences, it will be a joyful celebration. But if my death is linked to any dubious means by some overzealous state actors, no one can tell how far the fire will range. This is not a threat. It is an acknowledgement of God's mercies on me. So guys, when I don't hear the matter so, when I know how these people they do, I beg, I don't want to talk plenty for this matter. How I see this matter? How I see them? Because our Nigerian operatives are always doing that. They go just go your house, can't search, no information, nothing, just like that. They don't keep people, for matter like this. I'm dropping it here, guys. Kindly drop your comments below the comment section. I beg, subscribe to this channel if you have not. Thank you.